This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines. This November, voters will decide whether to enshrine abortion rights into the state constitution through Amendment 4, but not if Governor Ron DeSantis has anything to say about it. At a press conference in Jacksonville yesterday, he called the amendment's language a bait and switch.
If it were to pass, that would actually take away people's rights, because this eliminates the right for parents to consent for a minor to have an abortion. That's current law in Florida, that you have parental consent.
However, Floridians Protecting Freedom, the group responsible for getting the initiative on the ballot, says that's not the case. They say parents would maintain their existing rights under the law. In addition, the American Civil Liberties Union of Florida says the measure would continue to uphold the legislature's constitutional authority to require a parent or guardian to be notified before a minor had the procedure. Republicans are leading Democrats in the state in voter turnout, and that couldn't make Republican Party of Florida Chair Evan Power any happier.
It's not an outcome that surprises us. I think the speed in which we got there was a pleasant surprise for us, but we've put a lot of effort into narrowing the gap in vote by mail that the Democrats had over us. And, in 2020, that was plus 14. Right now, they're at plus 6 in mail, which allowed our early in-person voting to put us over the top on day one. And I think that now there will be no looking back for the Republican Party of Florida.
More than 200,000 Republicans and 100,000 Democrats cast ballots on Monday during the first day of early voting, and that's a record in Florida. Just slightly more Republicans than Democrats have cast their ballots through vote by mail and early voting as of yesterday. But just one day prior, it was independent voters who'd cast the most ballots.
That wild card is the MPAs that we have here in Florida. Who are they voting for?
That's Democratic National Committee Chair Jamie Harrison. He was in North Florida on Monday, kicking off a Get Out the Vote effort. Former President Donald Trump holds a wide lead in the state over Vice President Kamala Harris in the latest poll from the University of North Florida. Still, with voters deciding ballot questions on abortion and recreational marijuana, Harrison thinks Florida will be a positive surprise for Democrats.
It's a nuanced dance to figure all of this out, to make sure that we are really getting in contact with folks that we believe will support our Democrats and the Democratic agenda that we're pushing moving forward.
Tomorrow is the last day to request a vote-by-mail ballot. Early voting is currently underway in many parts of Florida, and the general election is on Tuesday, November 5th. What kind of shape is Citizens Property Insurance Corporation in after a devastating hurricane season? After Milton, Helene, and Debbie, all in a matter of months, homeowners are worried about Florida's insurer of last resort. But Michael Peltier of Citizens says it will always be able to pay claims. That's because the insurer can put an extra charge on the insurance policies of most Floridians to help it cover its costs. But Peltier says he doesn't think it will come to that this time.
Citizens is in a very strong financial position right now. We have the financial resources on hand to handle claims not only from Milton, but from Helene, without the risk of having to levy assessments or surcharges on either our policyholders or other Florida insurance consumers.
As of yesterday, the State Office of Insurance Regulation reported $2.7 billion in estimated insured losses for Milton and $1.3 billion for Helene. For Hurricane Debbie, it sits at $131 million. Major League Baseball hopes to find the Tampa Bay Rays a temporary home close to Rays fans for the start of the 2025 season if Tropicana can't be repaired in time. The fabric dome of the St. Petersburg Stadium was shredded by Hurricane Milton's winds. Several spring training sites around the area have been suggested as temporary homes. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred says the league wants a location for the Rays in the region if possible. A complete damage assessment of Tropicana Field is underway. Results are expected in early November. I'm Megan Bowman with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.